Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with three S's. I'm your host here, Chantele Francis, with my seemingly new younger sister, Zoe. How are you today, Zoe?
I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I'm super excited. As always, I just can't wait to watch today's episode. I'm hyped.
Me too. Definitely. I mean, it could be one reason is that there's not much else going on TV right now. So this is like the only show that like I like. Oh, okay, I got to watch this. I mean, I'm watching all the Housewives and stuff like that, but this one, like, I'm like, okay, I have to watch it at 2 p.m. on Wednesday, and so it's like a bit of a routine, and I'm excited for it. I'm hyped for it, and so yeah, I'm with you. I'm really happy to be here to see what happens with this episode. It's called More Than Friends. So I guess we're going to get all the tea
So let's
about
go. I can't wait.
Janae and MJ. Do you think we'll get any more tea about Naya and Jordan?
I hope so. They have to explain themselves. They cannot just pretend like all we know happened between the past did not happen. Like they have to explain, say something. I'm waiting. Yeah, I really want to know. And when it
Me
comes
too.
to Beth, I hope whatever she says, she has like legit backup proof because it's a big bomb to drop,
Yeah.
especially to a married person. You are married, have kids. There's
On
that layer
camera.
that we exactly is that layer that we didn't really get to think about in the older season because the girls were younger and they were single, they were not married. So it's not like we're breaking a home or anything, just like, oh, he's a boyfriend, if he dumps you, you get a new one. It's not a big deal. So there is that thing to think about now and how we look at it now. So whatever she says, I hope she can back it up and we'll see how it goes. But
I
I'm
hope so
ready.
too. Hi, Eddie. Thank you for being here. So, just so you know, in a few minutes, once people kind of get the notification, we will be dropping the YouTube stream and going over to Twitch. So, twitch.tv/reality realness with three S's, so that we're able to watch the whole show on the site. So, just so you're aware. Hi, DM Rocks. Thanks for being here. Hi, Jess on the Twitch stream. Thank you for being here. So there's been like a lot of kind of gossip going on in the challenge world. Have you been hearing anything that's been happening?
Unfortunately, no, because I don't want any spoilers. I'd rather just check everything after, not before.
Okay, well,
What's
it's
going
not really
on?
that much of a spoiler, but one thing, Drew from Angel Cake Network or Entertainment, kind of did a little post about it. That Tyson is on the CBS, the
Oh,
challenge,
yes.
and he was kind of not that pleased by the production value of the challenges in the challenge. So, what do you think about that for Tyson saying that? So, do you know who Tyson is?
Yes, I do know who Tyson is. Not a big fan of him.
What?
Sorry. I'm not that kind of a
He's a Gemini
fan.
as well, girl. Like, what's
Yeah, but
the
the
deal?
thing is, he was a little bit mean to his girlfriend, so he just turned me off when he did the whole girlfriend season, Blood Waters in Survivor. I didn't like how he
That he
treated
won,
her, so I'm like, excuse
but
me?
just he won that season, didn't he?
Yeah, but I didn't like him personally,
But did you
like his
see him after,
personality.
like on Marriage Boot Camp? Have you seen any of his other stuff?
It made it worse on Marriage Boot Camp. I was like, no, I don't even know why they're getting married. Like, no. So personally, not a big fan, but game-wise, he's an amazing player. I have not watched the video. I saw it, the headline. I got the notification. I saw the headline, and I was like, I will come back to you, Drew. Not now, just in case somebody says something that has to do with the episode I haven't watched because of the whole comments. I didn't want to say it. So I'm gonna watch it after this because I don't want to do anything with the challenge before I watch
Oh
it.
yeah, I don't think that he said anything about this episode. I don't think. Hi Natalie. Natalie, just so you know, we're gonna be moving over to Twitch in a couple of minutes once everybody settles in, and then we're gonna watch the episode. We have not seen this episode yet. So episode 5, More Than Friends. We are going to be watching it live right now with you guys. So Natalie wants to know what's our reaction for Big Brother and the Challenge CBS happening on the same night. I actually assumed that this was going to be happening. I kind of even picked that date as well for when it was most likely going to be happening. So I'm not surprised at all. Um, definitely it makes sense for Big Brother that already has its loyal fan base, and that there's going to be Big Brother players on this season to have it following Big Brother on CBS. So I think that it was a smart move for them just to make sure that people, like, even if they weren't planning on watching, if they're still on that channel after watching Big Brother, they might give it a chance and maybe get some of that built-in audience. Do you have any thoughts about this?
Me? No, it makes sense because even with the challenge and Survivor, they do tend to broadcast on the same night, so you can get to skip around and see which one you like. So being on the same show, same challenge, same channel, it's a marketing strategy to get both fans, especially if you are integrating different worlds, so people get to know them more, or just stick around just to see if they'll ever get cast in the challenge in the future. It's a smart move.
Yeah, I'm wondering how we're gonna cover it though. So, like, do I go live for Big Brother at like 10, like, and then 11? I don't even know how it's gonna work out. So we're gonna have to figure that out. Maybe I'll have to, yeah, I'm not sure what we're gonna do. I don't know. Not
Content
sure.
overload.
Right? Like, it definitely, and also at that same time, I'm sure Love Island will start, and Love Island UK is starting next week. So those are shows that I also cover. You need to go watch Love Island UK season 5. Jess in the chat is started that season, and I think she said she's enjoying it. I think it's the best Love Island season ever, and there's some very rootable players or characters.
We'll see.
So DM Rocks wants to know if we think that they're going to have a reunion for this season. I mean, I hope so, because I think I enjoy having just like the whole kind of wrap it up. Like, I like even with Big Brother, I'm always like, why don't they have a reunion show? Like, I want to see everybody come back a little while later after they've watched, well, I guess watch back the season, and I want to hear their thoughts. So I hope so, but I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I love reunions. I really do. It's just like a wrap up goodbye show, and also just see where people are at in life, who's making up, who's breaking up. It's a nice wrap up to the whole season.
Agreed. Jelly Donuts here with the tea. Messy, messy, messy. One word to describe this episode. Affair. Okay. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Y'all heard Big Brother and the Challenger premiering on July 6th. Yes, we have. Thank you, Eddie. I want to go to Oz's premiere party so bad. Do you live in Los Angeles? Or where is Ozza actually? I don't know where Ozza lives. I do not know. Hi, Adrian, who's ready for another party of Zoe gloating commentary.
I'm ready.
Yes, happy Pride Month to
Pride
everybody.
Month. Yep.
Also, I haven't finished watching it yet, but on Rob as a podcast, they just started a new little segment called the Pride Has Spoken, and so it's hosted by Matt Scott, Evie, I forget their last name, Jaboda, Evie J, and Grace Leader. They're all speaking with different survivor castaways that are representing the LGBTQ community. So that's just started launching as of this month. So if you want to check that out, so far it's been pretty good. Just hearing Bryce, oh, maybe it's a surprise, but their first guest talking about his experience on the show, coming as a person in the LGBTQ plus 2X
nice.
community.
I'm definitely gonna check it out. I'm definitely doing that.
Good so far. Also, BB24 Challenge USA July 6th. Yes, exactly. Did I see the Bryson Odd? Yes. I just saw the photo on Instagram. I haven't texted or slid into any DMs to find out more about that, but definitely curious. Yes, I saw it on Insta.
So what are your thoughts on season 30, the Tyson video?
Well, I'd already been hearing that people that were playing were complaining and threatening to quit. And I was just thinking that potentially the challenge didn't realize how good they have it with people that know how they operate and know how, like, they're basically teaching 30 people or 28 people, however many, how to play the challenge. And so I don't think that they took into consideration that they have to explain things more to everybody because people have never done any of these types of challenges before. They have to maybe practice them even more, or I think that they just didn't realize what work they needed to do in order for it to function really well with people that have never played and maybe even never have watched the challenge before. And so I think that it's definitely an error on production. For you should never want to have players that didn't enjoy their time on your show. Like, regardless of it's being a show and then they're getting paid money to do it and there's a prize at the end, like, you also, I would hope, want people to be enjoying playing your game. And so I played like reality games before where the production was so bad and it was so disorganized and things were changing all the time, and it doesn't become fun. It's not fun when you don't have trust in the production. And so I'm really upset that it might have taken away the experience of some of these players. And I'm wondering if it's going to be a tainted season because the production didn't do its due diligence. You know what I mean? If people do quit,
I feel like everything you just said, I'm like, oh, maybe there's a reason why I'm moving slow like a snail towards season 38, because I'm just like, let's see how it goes. So whenever I see these headlines, I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to see what's going on, but I kind of want to see, but I don't want to see, but I want to see, but I don't want to see. So I don't.
Well, 38, who knows what's happening with 38? 38, it just seems like I don't know what's happening there yet. So we'll leave 38 way into the future. So Jelly Donut says, Sarah thought TJ was drunk in the preview. I mean, he did seem a little bit like not reading his lines properly. Did you see the preview with TJ? No, I'll see if I can pull it up for you so you can just see.
I'm moving slowly like a snail. I'm just like...
No, it's just the preview with announcing the July 6th premiere.
I avoid the headlines when I see them on social media because that's how I'm moving slow towards the challenge season 38. So when I see a tweet,
CBS.
Oh yes, but it has to do with the challenge, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about everything so far. So no.
Anyways, there's an Instagram post with Julie Chen and TJ, and they're kind of saying lines back and forth talking about the premiere date. That's it. I could see
check it out
potentially. I could not imagine her watching the early areas of the challenge. I mean, I think she should, because she needs to know what the early areas of the challenge are. Yep, I'm watching now. I'm definitely enjoying it. Yes, season 5 is so good of Love Island. Reaction to Derek, oh goodness, versus Taryn Beef. I think that Derek F is looking for somebody to have a fight with, and he's choosing some low-hanging fruit. In my opinion, it seems like he's picking on somebody that he feels is bigger than him, that he's more powerful than, that he has more clout than, and is going on the attack. He's gaining all these other people that podcast to kind of go and attack Taryn. And I've podcasted with Taryn many times, and I've never ever once seen him be in any sort of way like racist. He's always been really diplomatic. He's always, from my perspective and what I've seen, he's really been open to everybody's gameplay. And I think that what ends up happening is that people that are sensitive about their gameplay, they think that when you critique their game, you're critiquing themselves. You're critiquing their personality. You're critiquing what they look like, their physicality. And he actually, from my perspective, doesn't care less about what people look like. He cares about how people play the game. And I'm sorry, Derek F. I know that people have been blowing you up and saying that you played some amazing game, but I agree with Taryn, and I even said it on a podcast that I think that you played one of the worst Big Brother games I have ever seen. And I do also feel that you kind of allow a little bit of misogyny to trickle into your style of gameplay, and you treated, I felt, Tiffany in a really inappropriate fashion. So I'm calling you out as a Black person that watched the season, and I didn't appreciate the way that you handled some situations. And as a game player, I didn't feel that you were a strong one. Did you watch that season?
Did you watch that season? Yes, I did. I
Hmm.
loved it, but I wasn't a fan of him.
Exactly. And
I
so
love
he's
everybody
going
else. Just
on a big tyrant. I don't know if you know who Taryn is, but he does a lot of Big Brother coverage with Rob as a podcast, and he does the live feed updates every day. And I don't know if he said something new for Derek to be like, he made a post calling Taryn trash, being like he's trash as usual. Um, and I maybe it's an old video or old post, but like Taryn really leaves things in the past when he's done with them. So the fact that a year
I
later
think
Derek is
Derek
deciding
should
to go.
just.
Mhm.
I feel like Derek should just stay in the past. It's over. Can you move on? Your time is up. Like, stop milking it. We're done now.
He wants relevancy. He wants people to be on his
Yeah.
side. Like, but what he's doing, in my opinion, is bullying, and I don't actually appreciate that. Getting other podcasters to bash him. I think that that's extremely inappropriate, and it kind of goes towards the things that I didn't enjoy about his character or what was presented about his character. All right, a couple more things, and then we'll start the episode. Oh, Shelly Donut was sipping her tea the whole episode. Oh my god, I was with like one of my oldest best friends. This girl, I've known her since for 28 years. So your entire life, Zoe, I've known this girl. We met in high school. Um, and so I was hanging out with her at her house, and I didn't realize that how people can be really out of touch. She's never heard of sipping tea or what that meant. I was like, "What? What?"
How does he know that?
I don't know. I didn't know that people didn't know that. And I had to explain it to
That's so
her.
crazy. So you have to
So,
explain what sipping tea means.
yes,
Oh my god.
yes. I mean, her family's
I
from
know
England,
it.
so I can see how it could be a little bit confusing. But like, I didn't like. This is like old news. Like, I don't even know how old that term. Long time. All right. So
Ready.
let's get a
Let's
couple
get
more of
to
these.
sipping them tea.
Exactly. Now I just realized that what if the first head of household is challenge related? I don't think that they would do that. I don't think so. Oh, this Darius F is bullshit is just tiring. Like you just try to keep BB23 relevant. Move on, sweetie. Absolutely. You weren't asked onto the challenge, so you're not going to be relevant. I mean, and you're not going to be on 38. Sorry, Big D. Is the BB24 cast a time to shine now? It is, yeah. It is a BB can time. Yes, absolutely. Like I hope that they still have a lot of representation, and they weren't deciding now that they had the cookout that they don't want that to happen again to alienate their non-black fans. Hopefully that's not the case, but I am excited to see BB24, and I'm hoping that it will be even a bigger step up because I thought BB23 was a very strong season. And then if we look at the parallel Survivor 41, it wasn't a strong season, but it had a lot of diversity. And then 42, though, I thought it was a very good season. And so I'm hoping that, in the era after George Floyd, 2021, 2022, hopefully this era is just like getting better and better and better. So I have high hopes for 24.
Let's see.
Oh my god, it all started with Derek just watching a video of Taryn describing his game. Get out of here. His game was bad. Oh, also they're bringing back the audience. Live movement is allegedly amazing. I love the live movement. I love the audience. That makes my heart sing. Very, very happy about that. All right, so let's get to the main event here. Let's get to the challenge, episode 5. Let me actually also stop this. So if you are on Facebook or YouTube, just make sure you go over to twitch.tv/reality realness because I'm going to be ending those streams right about now because we can't show them on those platforms because they'll give us a copyright flag. So you're gone.